Stop everything you're doing because what just dropped is not your average reality TV drama. It's a full-on legal explosion shaking the very foundations of love and hip-hop Atlanta. Picture this: Rasheeda, yes, the queen who's held down the Frost Empire through thick, thin, and more side-eyes than we can count, just filed a lawsuit so savage it's got the internet losing its collective mind. Why? Because DNA results have allegedly confirmed what fans whispered for months in shady group chats. Kirk Frost, the man behind the Frost Bistro, the king of reality show cool, is officially the father of none other than Renni Rucci's baby. Wait, what? How did we get here? Was it a secret affair, a messy betrayal, or a wild game of reality TV chess no one saw coming? And why does Rasheeda's lawsuit read like a Netflix crime thriller, filled with emotional damage claims, asset freezes, and receipts so thick they could sink a yacht? Grab your popcorn, your legal pads, and your favorite tea because this story has everything: scandal, silence, surprise audio leaks, and enough plot twists to rival the best soap operas. So buckle up, this isn't just gossip. It's the reality TV courtroom battle of the decade, and your front row for every shocking detail. So picture this: the internet barely had time to recover from the last love and hip-hop meltdown when, out of nowhere, Rasheeda just pulled the most unexpected power move in franchise history. A full-blown lawsuit that came slamming down like Thor's hammer on Kirk Frost's carefully built facade. That's right, the same Kirk who's been smiling next to Rasheeda on red carpets, flipping chicken at Frost Bistro, and swearing on every VH1 confession cam that he's a changed man, has now been slapped with legal papers so thick you could file them under, you thought? And at the center of this legal firestorm? None other than Renni Rucci, the rapper dash turned dash walking dash plot dash twist whose name now appears on documents that connect her, Kirk, in a lab-certified DNA test that allegedly proves Kirk is the father of her unborn child. And if you think Rasheeda's just another betrayed wife crying into her makeup mirror, think again, because this isn't just her, she's building a legal case so cold. Even Mona Scott is allegedly side-eyeing it from the producer's chair. Let's back up just a second because this mess didn't start yesterday. For years, fans watched Kirk Frost fumble his marriage like it was a reality TV sport. From past cheating scandals to baby rumors that never quite got confirmed, the man has been towing the line of public shame with Olympic-level balance. But apparently this time, he fell face first into the scandal and dragged everyone with him. It all started when Renni dropped a casual bombshell on Instagram. Her pregnancy reveal was subtle at first, just a cryptic post with a caption that read, "New beginnings." Same energy, but fans immediately started connecting the dots. The location tagged? The result? A 99.97% match to Kirk Frost. Cue internet collapse. Suddenly everyone had an opinion, Reddit threads were popping off like microwaved popcorn, TikTok sleuths were zooming in on old photos, and Rasheeda? She went silent. Not the kind of silence that screams denial, but the kind that builds court cases and ends empires. Sources close to the couple claimed Rasheeda had already hired a legal team weeks prior and had been collecting receipts like a digital hoarder bank statements, hotel invoices, flight itineraries, and even screenshots of shady DMs that were supposedly sent from Kirk's burner account. But what sent chills down everyone's spine was what the lawsuit actually alleged. Emotional distress? Check. Unauthorized use of marital assets? Double check. Alleged gifting of community property to an outside party? Oh, absolutely. Sis listed everything from the Rolex Renni allegedly got to the Frost Bistro profits she claimed Kirk funneled to cover Renni's studio time. The court file was so specific, it even cited the day Kirk claimed he was in Miami for business, while hotel records allegedly placed him and Renni at a luxury suite under the alias K. Rivers. Who even is K. Rivers? According to the lawsuit, that's the name Kirk's been using to make low-key bookings and private expenses that wouldn't flag under the Frost family brand. But it doesn't stop there. Anonymous insiders from the Love and hip-hop production teams say that Kirk was warned multiple times that his off-camera relationship with Renni was getting too risky. Sponsors were uneasy, producers were frustrated, and yet, Kirk didn't just ignore the warnings. He allegedly walked into the reunion taping with Renni on his arm in a custom jacket that read DNA not denied. Yes, really. Meanwhile, Rasheeda was behind the scenes sipping lemon water and reviewing legal motions like she was preparing to sue her way into a new era of peace. And the internet? Oh, the internet exploded. Fans immediately split into teams, with some rallying behind Rasheeda, praising her loyalty and dragging Kirk for being a community husband with zero discretion, while others accused Renni of clout chasing and being the final straw wrapped in a lace front. But the real kicker? While Renni was out here posting mirror selfies and captions like, "Y'all mad I ain't hiding," Rasheeda was filing an updated motion in court that added claims of brand defamation, spiritual betrayal. Yes, she actually cited a disruption of peace as part of her damages and, according to the newly amended lawsuit, conspiracy to deceive a spouse. That's a legal term now, apparently. And according to one supposed insider, Rasheeda's legal team is now seeking Renni's phone records, text messages, and call logs for the past 6 months, on suspicion that Kirk and Renni may have coordinated the scandal before Rasheeda even filed for separation. If that's proven true, it opens the door to a potential case of marital fraud, which could not only embarrass Kirk on a national level, but also cost him millions if it turns out he used shared finances under false pretenses, the alleged misuse. A Frost Bistro's corporate credit card is also being looked at, with leaked receipts showing that over $18,000 worth of hotel and jewelry expenses were flagged under business transactions. Now tell me, what kind of music conference needs a size 6.5 diamond ring and rose petals and a jacuzzi suite? This isn't heartbreak, this is strategy. And just when we thought the drama couldn't get any wilder, Rasheeda went radio silent for a few days. No posts, no cryptic tweets, not even a filtered gin selfie. And that silence? It was louder than any clapback she's ever posted. But guess who didn't stay silent? Kirk. Oh yes, Mr. Frost suddenly found his voice in the middle of this DNA disaster, hopping on Instagram Live like he's some misunderstood philosopher. He tried to play the victim, mumbling about being set up and targeted and claiming this was all a plot to destroy a black family. Really, Kirk? A man who couldn't keep it zipped for 10 seconds during a marriage now suddenly wants to invoke family values? That's rich. And while Kirk was busy deflecting blame like he was dodging child support papers, Renni Rucci, the center of this tornado, came with her own storm. She wasn't hiding either. In fact, she posted a reel of her walking out of a luxury clinic in Buckhead with the caption, "Nothing to hide, everything to gain." Oh, and guess what? The comments were blowing up with snake emojis, baby bottle memes, and a whole lot of "we knew it" gifs. But the real kicker? Alleged messages began to circulate, supposedly showing Renni texting a cave in her contacts late at night. One message, reportedly sent at 2:30 a.m., read, "We need to talk before this goes left." Rasheeda saw the test. Now, we can't confirm the authenticity of those texts yet, but the streets are talking, and the timeline adds up way too perfectly to be coincidence. Meanwhile, Rasheeda's legal team, yes, she now has one, apparently dropped a cease and desist to both Kirk and Renni. Word on the curb is that Rasheeda's lawyer, who allegedly used to handle Messier Bravo cases, is preparing a defamation and emotional damages suit claiming public humiliation, psychological trauma, and long-term brand damage. And honestly, we wouldn't blame her. Rasheeda's been sitting pretty as a self-made entrepreneur, pushing her cosmetic line, flipping boutiques, and keeping her composure through every storm Kirk's dragged her into. But this DNA scandal, with a younger rapper allegedly tied to Kirk while they were still working things out, may have been the last straw. Let's talk about that working things out phase for a second, shall we? See, insiders say that just last year, Kirk and Rasheeda renewed their vows in a private ceremony in Turks and Caicos. It was supposed to be their clean slate, their new chapter after all the baby mama drama with Jasmine. And what does Kirk do? Allegedly gets caught up in another mess with another woman who also just so happens to be signed to a label he's loosely affiliated with. Now tell me that's not suspicious. Some folks are whispering that this might not be just about love or lust, but about money moves, clout climbing, and industry favors. Because let's be real, Renni Rucci hasn't exactly been topping the charts lately, but she's sure been topping headlines. And ever since the scandal hit, her streams reportedly shot up by 78%. Coincidence? Maybe, but in this game, even scandals are strategy. Now here's where it gets darker. A leaked email allegedly from someone inside the Frost household suggested Kirk had been funneling money from his side hustle businesses into hush funds. One note even mentioned a monthly stipend for silence. And the public? They're eating it up. TikTok sleuths have created timelines, breakdown videos, and even full-blown mini-documentaries matching outfits, backgrounds, and shadows in both Renni's and Kirk's content. Fans are now comparing wall colors and lighting fixtures just to prove they've been in the same spaces. One video even claims you can hear Kirk's voice faintly in the background of one of Renni's Instagram stories from earlier this year. And what's more suspicious is neither Kirk nor Renni have bothered to deny those specific claims. They're just dancing around the big accusations like it's a PR game of dodgeball. And then comes the twist that no one saw coming. A former assistant to one of Kirk's old bar lounge ventures suddenly pops up with a statement. She goes by the alias TT online and claims she used to schedule off-the-books meetings between Kirk and a young lady in a red wig, which, let's be real, sounds a lot like Renni's signature look. TT says she was paid in cash, told never to ask questions, and warned to never bring it up again. And guess who TT says once slipped up and referred to the mystery girl as our little secret? Yep, Kirk. But it doesn't end there. TT also claims there were photos hidden on an old burner laptop showing Renni and Kirk poolside in Miami, acting anything but professional. Those photos? Still allegedly in the cloud, and TT is threatening to leak them if Kirk or Renni denies. Knowing her, and as if this digital drama wasn't enough, Rasheeda's own mother reportedly stepped in, making a few pointed posts about snakes and wigs and betrayal under your own roof. If that ain't a poetic read, I don't know what is. But it shows you this betrayal has shaken the family core. Sources say Rasheeda has moved out temporarily, staying at a friend's penthouse in Midtown Atlanta while she figures out her next steps. And that's not just emotional drama, that's legal chess being played. Word is she's documenting everything from missed calls to deleted posts to build her case stronger than Kirk's alimony defense. And behind the scenes, Rasheeda's team is allegedly contacting bloggers, influencers, and platforms that reposted the DNA results leak to collect data and possibly prepare for a digital takedown campaign. Because when you're protecting your image, every post counts. The legal wheels are turning, and Kirk may be heading for not just one but 2 lawsuits, personal and professional. All while Renni Rucci continues posting cryptic captions like, "Unbothered energy and watch how tables turn." Girl, what table? Because this whole setup looks like a game of musical chairs and someone just pulled years away. You are just when you thought this wild ride couldn't get any messier. The courtroom silence shattered with whispers swirling around a mysterious burner phone allegedly found in Renni Rucci's dressing room, and guess whose name popped up in the call logs more times than a scam caller during tax season? Yep, Kirk Frost. And it wasn't just 1 or 2 accidental dials, these were hours-long convos at odd hours. Some even time-stamped right after Rasheeda and Kirk were seen out playing happy couple for the gram. Coincidence? Yeah, and I'm Santa Claus. But hold up, it gets even juicier. An anonymous insider from the studio who claims to be the one that empties the trash, and apparently hears everything, told our source that Kirk would regularly sneak off during sessions with vague excuses like handling some business and meeting with the accountant, which we now know is code for handling baby mama number who knows what. Meanwhile, Rasheeda, who's been publicly standing by her man for years, brushing off every scandal like lint on a velvet dress, is now allegedly collecting receipts and lawyer emails like they're Black Friday coupons. And you know what triggered this switch-up? That damn DNA test. Sources claim that not only was it conducted in secret, but the results were slipped under Rasheeda's hotel door during her latest brand deal trip in Miami. The envelope? No sender, no return address, just bold text screaming Kirk Frost. Ice 99.9% the father. Chili, Maury's ghost is shaking. Now, ever since that leak, social media has been in full meltdown mode. One tweet even said, Kirk couldn't keep his frost in his pants if Atlanta froze over, while another read, Rasheeda finally waking up from the 15-year Kirk coma, praise be. And let's not even talk about how Renni Rucci's fan pages went from thirst traps to baby bottle emojis overnight. Meanwhile, Love and Hip Hop producers are apparently scrambling behind the scenes, trying to either bury the story or milk it dry. Rumors say there was an emergency cast meeting to contain the fallout, but when Renni showed up with her alleged baby who, according to one crew member, looks like Kirk with a wig, everything went left. Rasheeda stormed out, cameras cut, and the audio guy reportedly caught a hot mic moment of her saying, "I hope they're ready for court." And that's not all. Apparently, this whole legal move is Rasheeda's way of hitting Kirk where it hurts, his pockets. She's allegedly suing for emotional distress, misappropriation of marital assets, and even trademark theft, claiming Kirk used their shared brand money to fund his little side escapades with Renni. Insiders say documents were filed under seal, but someone from the clerk's office who may or may not be following Rasheeda's boutique page leaked that the damages Rasheeda's seeking total over $2 million. That's right, sis isn't just walking away, she's running with the bag. And speaking of bags, let's talk about how Kirk tried to fix everything with a Gucci purse and a weekend getaway. Yeah, word is he showed up to Rasheeda's pop-up shop with flowers, a designer bag, and a half-hearted apology that included the phrase, "You know I love you, right?" To which Rasheeda allegedly replied, "So did Renni, apparently." Now the entire Atlanta socialite circle is choosing sides like it's the Civil War. You got Erica Dixon posting cryptic Instagram stories saying, "Know your worth even if it costs him everything," while Carly Red liked a tweet that read, "Renni ain't pregnant, she's just late with the truth." As if that wasn't messy enough, Mama Charlene, yes. Rasheeda's mama is reportedly livid, talking about how she warned her daughter about that boy from day one. She's been seen around Atlanta with her own folder of evidence, and has apparently already spoken to 2 reality TV lawyers and 1 gossip blogger. But while the court dates loom and NDAs fly left and right, Kirk has been laying low, spotted only once at a Waffle House in a hoodie and sunglasses like he's the ATL version of Carmen Sandiego. Meanwhile, Renni Rucci has gone quiet too, but her close friend, aka that one hairstylist who always spills, said she's preparing to go public with everything and might even drop a diss track. And you already know love and hip-hop executives are foaming at the mouth. Allegedly, Mona Scott Young is reworking the entire storyline for next season to focus on truth, betrayal, and baby mamas, with a rumored working title of Family Fraud. And let's not ignore the rumors that Bet wants in on the action with a crossover special that'll bring Rasheeda, Renni, and Kirk face-to-face on a truth chair to spill it all, lie detector and receipts included. And if that ain't the most explosive content of the year, then we must be watching reruns, because this story, this scandal, this saga of drama, DNA, and designer lies, it ain't over. In fact, it's just getting started. Now that the truth is out and the drama has reached a boiling point, it's time to ask, how deep does this betrayal really go? Is this just the beginning of an unraveling empire built on secrets, lies, and backroom deals? Or is it the final chapter in a twisted saga of fame, paternity fraud, and silent revenge? If Rasheeda really goes through with this lawsuit, the ripple effects will be massive. Friendships will collapse, careers might tank, and legacies will burn right before our eyes. But here's the real question: are you ready for what's next? Because trust us, this story is far from over. More leaks are coming, more DNA twists are on the way, and the court of public opinion? Oh, it's just getting started. So don't even think about looking away now. Hit that like button if you're still processing this chaos. Drop a comment below. Do you believe Kirk really fathered Renni Rucci's baby, or is this all one big setup? And most importantly, subscribe to this channel and turn on the notifications, because the next chapter might just blow the roof off everything we thought we knew. Stay locked in, we're watching every shady move, so you don't have to.